G'day, Ziggy here, CEO of 3P. Great to be back with you. Now, we want to help you through this crisis and give you tips and answer any questions. So at the end of this segment, I'm going to ask for any questions that you have. Send them all in by email. We're planning on having a webinar and covering any questions you have, anything at all. So in terms of today, a bit of an update. If you've got an investment property and you're negatively geared, right, which means usually that the rent does not cover all the expenses that you've got in terms of the property when you take into account loan repayments and interest payments. So what tends to happen in those cases is when you lodge your tax return at the end of the year, you usually get a large refund because you can offset that negative, that loss on the rental property against other income. Now, my suggestion to you would be that you can vary your PAYG tax so that rather than receiving that large refund at the end of the year, then you receive it during the year as well. So that's going to help you a lot with cash flow. Now, I know that the end of the financial year is only a couple of months away, but still put it in place because if this extends for a while, and it looks like it may, then you'd want to be able to have better cash flow into the next financial year as well. So speak to your accountant or speak to ours if you use us to vary that. The other thing would be just get your tax affairs in order. As I said, the end of the financial year is coming up. So if you typically are get a refund when you lodge your tax return, then I would be just taking this opportunity during this downtime to be able to get your tax affairs in order so that when the time comes and 30th of June hits, you can lodge your tax return and get your refund from the tax office, and that will help with cash flow. One thing about the banks and mortgages, now they've all come out to say that they're going to suspend loan repayments if you're a mortgage owner, so if you've got a home loan or you've got a business loan. Now, if we're talking about the top four banks, all of them are different, but basically all the top four, so Commonwealth, NAB, all except for ANZ, right? So ANZ are the only ones that have are the only ones that are going to suspend for 3 months. Okay, so what happens is the others are suspending loan repayments for 6 months. ANZ are only suspending for 3 months. Now, what that means is that you won't have to make loan repayments, but just bear in mind that the interest will still be accruing, right? And there's some legal reason for that, which I won't go into, but they have to accrue the interest. Whether they rebate you or do something at the end, who knows? But at least from a cash flow perspective, if you need to suspend your loan repayments, you'll be able to. Now, each bank has a different criteria when it comes to approving that. So some will automatically approve it if you say, look, I've been impacted, I have the coronavirus, I've been impacted. Others will want to see proof. Others, it will depend on your previous records. So that's the top four. When we're talking about first and second tier lenders, they're all going to be completely different. So speak to your broker, speak to your lender. If you use us, speak to our finance guys, and they'll be able to guide you and help you in relation to that. As I mentioned before, please hit me up with any questions. Ziggy@3pcorp.com.au. So send through questions on anything you have. We're going to have a webinar where we're going to be able to get some experts together and going to be able to cover any questions you have in the area of superannuation, investment portfolios, insurance, property, shares, loan repayments, anything that is impacting you financially, we want to be able to cover and help you out. So send them direct to me, send the questions direct to me, Ziggy@3pcorp.com.au, and we'll do our very best to answer them and help you through this crisis. So until next time, we'll see you soon.